Hey, Hickok 45 here. Have you ever wondered what black powder would do in a modern high-tech semi-automatic pistol? Well, I know you did. So, John and I have loaded some for our Glock 21 Gen 4. Let's try it. Oh man. Dare we try one at the gong? Oh, those cases are barely getting out. Let's try the cowboy. That's appropriate. All right. Oh, that barrel really needs to be shot. Oh man. Now that's the way the cowboys loaded their Glocks. We thought you'd be interested in seeing that. The smoke, that's great. Oh, what a blend. Black powder and a Glock. So, yes, we were shooting black powder, as you can see it in the trees and everywhere, through a Glock 21 Gen 4. Man, and it worked. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Now, first of all, you know, you're not supposed to do that. We're professionals. I am now a professional gunman. You know that. So don't do this at home. First of all, you're not supposed to shoot cast bullets in a Glock stock barrel. And we know that. And a few handful of rounds doesn't really matter. You wouldn't want to do that in the Glock stock barrel. They warn you against that. I know some people do it successfully even. You know, they say they clean them really well, but I don't do it generally. Unless just a handful of rounds. And then again, I don't remember seeing anything in the Glock manual. Maybe I just don't remember about black powder. I don't think they address it. I don't know why. They should have a paragraph on either not to use black powder or how to load properly with black powder. I know I'm getting silly, but really, you don't want to do this. We're professionals. Let's take a look at this thing and see how it looks. Well, of course, it's black on black, so duh. I wonder if the black powder blackened the frame even more, so you can see the residue there. Black powder creates an enormous amount of residue, generally speaking, and it gets caked hard in a barrel or anything. Believe me, I've had a lot of experience with it in cartridge guns and lever guns and everything. It will cake up to the point where the rifling is useless if you let it dry in there and all that kind of thing. And so another reason you wouldn't want to do this more than a few rounds. I don't recommend you do it, period. Oh, look at that chamber. Ouch, the barrel's hot. I'm anxious to see the video and see the old Glock belching fire. I'm sure it did. So we have a lot of residue. Oh man, that barrel, I don't know if you can see. We'll hold it up here just in case you can tell anything about it. But that barrel is really dirty. And that's why we're doing this. You know, many of the modern firearms, not just Glock, but they're really famous for being extremely reliable and being able to shoot and function when they're dirty. So we got through 14 rounds here of actual real black powder, and this is not black powder substitute. This is GoX. Okay, it's the real deal. And there it is. It would probably fire 10 more, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know if it's causing any leading or not. I really don't, and that's the thing with polygonal rifling. You don't want to get it leaded up because it creates undue pressure. That's why Glock doesn't want you to use cast bullets or lead, you know, in a Glock barrel. But I thought I could put a replacement barrel in, but what would that have shown? You know, so we thought we'd just, you know, stock Glock. This is the way this gun came, except for the True Glow sights I've had put on it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. It actually worked. I'm gonna save a couple of rounds for John. He's dying to try this. It's nothing unusual. I didn't do anything to the firearm. I just, you know, barrel stalled it like I normally do, and you know, that's it. Again, I wouldn't recommend doing this at all. This is just an experiment in case you ever wondered about it, and I know you did, as to whether it would function with something this dirty. You know, people argue about powder all the time. Oh, I'm going to change powders. I'm getting too much residue with this particular powder. It's a dirty powder, or whatever. Maybe it's comforting to realize that, I'm assuming about any gun would do this, but the Glock did it right here, right? Would continue to work, at least for a magazine's worth, with the dirtiest powder on the planet, probably, black powder. GoX, okay? And you know what? I think it needs a bath. I had some patches ready. I really was ready because right in the middle of it, for all I knew, we'd have to stop and clean it or we'd have a malfunction or something. So the barrel, I think, is going to need to be soaked a little while. I really do believe that. I think that might be enough. Oh yes, that is one dirty, filthy Glock barrel. And again, it's a stock barrel. So we didn't know what to expect. And although I did fire a couple of rounds before you all were here, because I didn't want you to get hurt if something blew up, something happened that we hadn't planned on. And so I wanted to be safe when you were here with us. So I did fire a couple of rounds to test it. No undue pressure. Look at those filthy cases. And they're just filthy, but there's no undue pressure. You can always tell by the primers, and no case bulge or nothing unusual, which is pretty obvious because it was all but not functioning. It was all but not functioning. It just was barely working the slide, and that's a Gen 4, with that dual recoil spring. So, but it did function. Now I had to use 4F powder to get as much in there as I could in the case. For you people who are into black powder and know about this kind of thing. I tried it with some 3F, I think it was some elephant head, and it wouldn't function. The slide didn't even move. So, but the 4F, at least gets the round out the barrel. So again, just a little experiment, testing the reliability, I guess, the functionality of a modern firearm with some really filthy powder, the epitome of filthy powder, right? Black powder, and to see what would happen. And seemed to work, and the bullets still went where they were supposed to go, looked to me like. So once I get everything cleaned up, including the Glock, especially the Glock, life will be good.
Oh, that works.